Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining on short notice. Sorry about the mess. It's always a mess in here. You guys should know that by now. Hopefully you're having a really great Friday. I am because I'm not at work anymore. And I'm excited to chat with you all. That is so distracting. I'm sorry. I'm going to try and turn it this way, actually. I don't know. Let's just ignore what's back there, okay? Okay, we'll just agree to ignore it. So I had a huge shop update today and yesterday. Some of the things are already sold out, so I'm sorry about that. I will not be showing anything, hopefully, that's sold out. But I had, a week or two ago, we had the live on Labor Day, so it was like 2 weeks ago, and we I showed a lot of stuff. You guys had fun. I had a ton of fun. Hi, Kelly. Hi, Nina. Hi, Diana. Hi, Debbie. Let's see who else is here. Hi, Bobby. Hi, Ebony. Hi, Cindy. Yeah, the gang's all here. Hi, Christine. Hi, Tona. Hi, Marie. So there wasn't enough time to get everything into the shop, the last shop update. So I just updated more stuff. And you all said, can we please do a live the next time you do a shop update? So I am doing that. And I love these so much. And I get so much happiness and joy about talking about beads. So if you guys want to see me talk about beads, I will be happy to do that. These are 2 rings that are in the shop at the moment. I know, Diana, you asked about this one. There are 2 in the shop. I have 1 extra one if you can't grab it. And then this one's a pearl ring. So I don't know if this is the one that's in the picture. They're both very similar. I sold one already, but it's freshwater pearls set in silver tone. It's not sterling. And then you can see like how they set it. There's like a little silver dot in the middle of each one of these. It's both adjustable. This is my personal ring. But there are some of them in the shop. That's like a mahjong tile. I don't know if it's a real one. I don't think it's a real one, but it's bone and I love it. I wear it all the time. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Holly. Hi, Kendra. Glad you are all here. So I cannot wait to show you some of the stuff that I brought home with me from Tucson. And then some of the stuff is stuff that I just put in. It's not from Tucson, but I'm going to focus mostly on Tucson stuff. And a lot of this I told you about was like, I don't have a lot of time. Also, the really fun thing is that I restocked some of the Patricia Healey stuff last night. So I will give you a quick overview of the stuff that I put in from Patricia Healey. Because I really showed a lot of that the last time. So we have these little copper, aren't those cute, turtles? There's a few of those in there. Hi, Lauren. I really love this peace sign, so I bought one for myself. And then I put the rest in the shop. So I think I might make something with that one today, although I really wanted to make something with the coyote as well. So I restocked the coyote. I was able to get 2 more suns, but they didn't have a lot of them. So if I was looking for the necklace that I made in the last show and I couldn't find it. So that's disappointing. I'm gonna have to find it somewhere. But this was the sun we used. So there are 2 of those in the shop as of right now. There are some more large hummingbirds. Super fun. These are all so gorgeous. Like, look how detailed that is. I love him so much. Here's the coyote. He's back in stock. So cute. Even if I don't make one on something with that on this episode or this live, I'm going to make something soon because I really, really stinking love him. More of these shells are in there. The Nautilus, because it's so gorgeous. I did restock the elephant in the pendant and the slider, and I might make something with the slider today. So there's the elephant. This is the pendant, but the slider looks the same. It's just the back. So make sure you're paying attention to which listing you're looking at. I will combine shipping if you check out with multiple orders before I ship. Probably anything that is purchased today won't ship until at least Monday, so you'll have then to combine orders. And then I do free shipping because shipping is unfortunately it's expensive, and it would cost, if I did free shipping at any lower place, it would cause my items to go up in price. So I will, like, if you have $200 in orders or $200 order, you get free shipping. So I will combine, and it has to be before shipping. I will combine those two and send you your shipping back. And if I forget, just remind me. And then we have, which I don't forget ever, but then I had the little donkey, super duper cute. I think he's the one I wanted to make a bracelet with. I added more of the tiny hummingbirds And then I have a new shape that I wasn't able to get in last night because I haven't taken pictures of it yet. So here's the hummingbird, the smaller one. And then the new shape, which hopefully will go in sometime this weekend, is a Roadrunner. So I don't know if you've seen her Roadrunners, but they're so cute. So these are artisan copper pieces designed by Patricia Healey. Get them in Tucson. She lives in Tucson. And she's just an amazing artist. And I love those items. And I eventually will have everything that she sells. So that's just a really quick overview. Let me make sure I'm not missing any comments. Hi, Brandy. Glad everybody's here. How's everybody's Saturday? Or, oh, God, I'm already on Saturday. How's everybody's Friday going? Let me know. I want to know. So I'll show you a couple things that I put in, a couple things that are going in because they haven't made it in yet. And, oh, God, I hate how that looks back there. I hate it. Hi, Lynn. Hi, Laura. So these are just two of the African glass bracelets that I put in. There's a few in there. I think there's very limited quantities on those. These are all things I got. Aw, thanks, Deborah. These are all things I got in Tucson. This is a Tibetan pendant. So that's crushed, and I don't know if it's actually turquoise, but it's crushed stone that's dyed turquoise. We have a resin piece in the middle. This is my favorite color combination, by the way, and then some red up here. I put in some Bumblebee Jasper moons. So you will get the exact moon that you purchase in the listing. And there are two different styles. This is just one of them with the flowers here. The other one has flowers and I think a leaf on the other side. So if you're into Bumblebee Jasper, there's also really high grade 8mm Bumblebee Jasper gemstones in the store too. Aw, Cindy's like, don't worry about the background. We're looking at the beads, girl. Yeah, I love the moon too. Couple of these, they're conch shell with brass detailing and crushed inlaid stone. I don't know why I didn't buy one of these for myself. I only bought two and I put them both in the shop. Again, these rings went in. There's two of those. These are very special beads. They're Turkmen beads. They're by the bead, okay, in the store. And they're filigree like cutouts and then an inlay around the middle. So they, I can't remember if they're vintage. I'm operating as if they're vintage, but I did not put that in the listing because I had so much information coming at me from the sellers when I was in Tucson that I didn't write down. I remembered that these were Turkmen, but I couldn't remember if they were vintage or not. And then I put in a bunch of pendants, and now that I'm thinking about, I left one of the really big amethyst one. We might have to go on a field trip to the living room. I put a really big amethyst pendant in the shop that's just absolutely gorgeous. We have, I think, one of these little face pendants left. Super cute. I didn't get one for myself, but I should have. I'm going to be doing an order with the person who sells me these things because, first of all, she's really cool, and I'm sold out of a lot of stuff, so which is a great problem to have, but I know you guys want to get your hands on this stuff. Let's see. Yeah, they are super cool, Marie. Aw, you guys are so sweet. These are little, I think you know what? I put in there that these were resin, but I'm not 100% sure if they're resin. They might be bone, but I think they're resin. And then crushed turquoise and coral color stones. Oh, you have the face pendant in turquoise. That's so cool. Hey, Danette, glad you're here. I did put another one of these in. I think there were some left from February too, and I have some more. So if you're debating on a heart, these are chrysocolla. They're super gorgeous. I have one that I wear all the time, like literally wear it all the time. And every time, oh, look, the back has a lotus cut out. Every time I wear them, people are like, where'd you get that? And I'm like, I made it. And they're like, no, where'd you get that? I made it. This sold, so I'm not gonna show you that. And then these are a couple Afghani pendant. I think they're Afghani. They might be Pakistani. I think they're Afghani though. These are not from Tucson, but I put them in the shop. I only have one of each of these styles. So I have this one, and I think I kept some for my stash, of course. This red one, this larger, a little bit larger turquoise one. I think they're both the same price though. And I didn't even notice until last night that there's little hearts in the middle on this. These are vintage. They're a little beat up, but that's the draw for me. Aw, let's see. Regina said, I was fortunate to telework today. Oops. And as soon as I got off work, was able to clean the flower bed and sort it and label some beads. Ooh, yeah, I love that. And then here's a red one, like the turquoise one. And this one has flowers on it, or hearts on it too. Yeah, Michelle, I wish I could. That would make things so much easier for all of us. She said you need a button on the site that just says add one of everything. Then we had this one, like a little sun, faux turquoise, but it's vintage too. And then this one, which is like a lapis color, but I do want to point out, I did make this one a little bit cheaper than the others because it has some damage on the back. So you might want to cover that with tape or something, I don't know. But does not impact how beautiful the piece is. So there's a bunch of pendants that went into the shop today. I think there's some other things. My mind is mush though. I have a ton. Like, let me just hold this up. It's like 10 pounds at least. And there's no two of the same strands in here. So we're going to go through this whole big basket of strands that are in the shop. Now, some of you who are following me on Whatnot have seen some of the bone beads that I'm going to, or horn beads that I'm going to show. But I offered some there first before I'm switching over to the shop. This is the last thing I added in today, which was one of the first things I got when I was in Tucson. I will say, and I put this in the listing, these are not sold by the strand. I have not, I researched it. I couldn't find them by the strand. This is lapis lazuli, and they're made in Afghanistan. They're carved, hand carved, and they're graduated strands, okay? I saw these when I searched for these, because I searched high and low to see what people are charging for them. People are selling one bead for like $5. Okay, I get it, but I'm not doing that. So you get a 15-inch strand, they're graduated. I put more information about them in there. I did keep one for myself. Yeah, that would be a good idea, Danette. She said, put some silver putty on the back of that pendant. Yeah, so these are the last thing I added in. I actually have another set that has a couple, like a little bit more vibrant. Those are going in after these sell out, if they sell out. But these are hard to find, and you're not going to find them in the strand version. If you do, they're probably a little bit more expensive than what I'm going to sell them for. I added a bunch of different horn beads. They're batik horn and they're focals. I am selling these in 8-piece sets. Now, if you might get them on a strand, you might get them loose. Depends on how I feel that day, because I'm the one who strung these. I have these 4, and I have another polka dot in there as well. So we have a smaller polka dot. There's another smaller polka dot too. We have a swirl. We have like a stripe with a dot and then a stripe. These are so cool. Great for women's and men's jewelry. Huge, huge beads. Love those. And then these I'm selling in 4 packs. But let me know if you're thinking like, hey, I just want to buy one, because I didn't think to do them as just one beads, but sometimes we just want one bead. They're huge. They're bigger than those other ones. I think they're like 60 something millimeter. They're batik and they're carved. So I did a 4-pack of these because I know I'd want 4 beads, but some people only want one for a focal. Absolutely gorgeous, huge. I think we might make something with those today. I want to make something with everything I'm showing you today, so this is going to be a huge struggle for me. I'm sorry, I want to see what the comments I'm missing. Yeah, they're not that heavy, Danette, because they're horn. They're a little bit lighter. They're not as heavy as like ceramic or glass or stone, but they're not lightweight either. Let's see. Hey, Julie. Yeah, Laura wants to trick or treat at my house. You'd probably find some cool stuff, because I don't even know what the heck is in some of this. Like these 2 bins back here, that's stuff from Tucson from February that I bought for myself that I don't even remember. So it's like gonna be Christmas once I get to it. I don't know if you remember, but I bought these at a local bead shop earlier last year, and I paid an arm and a leg for them. And then I found them in Tucson, and I was like, I got to bring them to my shop for cheaper. And so these are citrine. You guys know I love citrine. It's my birthstone. In the last show we made citrine. We used citrine. These are that quatrefoil or clover shape. These are carved. They're no 2 are exactly alike. So those are in the store as well. Absolutely gorgeous. And then I did, sorry, my hair's driving me nuts. I did a mixed strand. So this strand has some rose quartz, citrine, preonite, and amethyst. Now they're all random pick. I don't know if all of them have the same amount on each one, but they're super pretty. These are great focals. I see people sell these by themselves a lot too. Yeah, Danette, I wish I had the time to have somebody come help me. Laura, yeah, the citrine is gorgeous. Ebony loves the horn beads. Oh, yeah, Ebony, you hung them on the wall. I need to do that. Good idea. I need to hang some of those horn beads on the wall. Here is a graduated strand, not graduated, excuse me, segmented color block strand. We have, let's see, this is flower agate. We have some dyed jade in an orange. We have sea sediment jasper in turquoise red and tan. We have dyed jade again, or quartzite, quartz something, that flower agate, and then it repeats. So it's a really fun strand, and you know the blue and orange is like my jam. That's my favorite color combo. So to get it on one strand, I had to pick those up. Just a few of those available in the shop. Just a few of these too. She only had a couple strands. They're cubes, diagonally drilled, and I think they're 8mm in a few shades of brown. Oh, Lynn's still unpacking. You poor thing. You've been moving forever. Really fun strand of cubes again. These are magnesite. I think they're 7mm. I know I put it in the description, but I thought they were turquoise at first because they're so nicely done. Really nice magnesite cubes. Very Southwestern. Nancy goes, ooh, shiny. Yeah, they are. Those cubes are shiny. The brown ones. And then I got 3 different colors of sea sediment jasper rounds. So we have 2 different in 10mm and 1 in 12. This is like a teal green. I feel like all of these are going to work really well for fall. This is like a teal green sea sediment jasper. How gorgeous are those? We have a purple with a little bit of little splashes of aqua and turquoise in it. Okay. And then the 12mm is like this cranberry pink. And I feel like I've been seeing cranberry everywhere because we're heading into fall, and I feel like it's a really hot color. I don't think there are a ton of these in the shop, but it's such a pretty color, and they're nice, huge, jumbo 12mm beads. Next, this is a chakra strand. You don't have to use it for that, but it has several different gemstones on it. So we have amethyst, lapis, apatite, citrine, agate, carnelian, garnet, and quartz. And it's a 12mm strand. Absolutely beautiful. If you're making like yoga jewelry or multicolored jewelry or anything like this, you could just restring this into a necklace because I love the colors. So super pretty. Just a few strands of those available. And then I did some mermaid glass. Who loves mermaid glass? Because I love mermaid glass. Oh, I don't have my caliper ever. Who am I? Why do I never have my caliper? I think these are 12mm, but I think I put it in the listings. So I have mermaid glass. Look at how glowy those are. Look at how glowy those are. These 2 greens are different. There's only 2 of this green in the shop, and then we have the other green. This one is not matte, the rest are. And then that beautiful lemon yellow, or like sunflower yellow. I love it so much. So that purple is so mesmerizing. That purple goes really well with the sea sediment jasper too. I put in some African glass, just a few strands. We have this beautiful Crobo bead in the darker blue and the lighter blue. Yeah, Marie says, I have to get some mermaid into my inventory. Who else said? Somebody else said, Lynn says I use a lot of mermaid glass. Hi, Terry K. No worries. We've only been here for like 20 minutes. Nancy says, I love any kind of jasper. And so who said I'm digging cubes right now? Oh, Laura. Yeah. I love cubes. I have crushes on cubes. So these are gorgeous little African Crobo beads made in Ghana. And then I have some recycled glass, African recycled glass in a few different colors. I think like 3 or 4. Let me pull them all up at the same time. I have an aqua. These are smaller. Typically, I don't have this small of recycled glass, but I really thought that they were more feminine. Some of the African glass beads can be very chunky. I don't remember the exact millimeter it's in the listing, but in aqua, a blue, a dusty purple that I called lavender, and then a pastel mix. So those are really fun. And those aren't the colors that you typically see with African glass either. Here's a dyed agate, and they are 10 millimeter rounds. They're gonna go really well with that jasper because, oh, good. Thank you, Danette. Yeah, they do look like candy, Nancy. This is gonna go with that African, not, excuse me, not African, the sea sediment jasper because it has the splashes of blue in it. I haven't ever seen blue and purple dyed agate, so when I saw that, I was like, I gotta get it. I gotta get it. Yeah, that mermaid glass is super duper gorgeous. And then I have these chunky multicolor dyed agate. They look like candy. I know, like, that's the theme today. They look like candy. Like, that pink is just popping. And then these are turquoise wheels or rondelles. I don't think they're graduated, but I think they go from like 15 to 18 millimeter round. And I think they're maybe like 4 or 5 millimeter thick. Not the most, okay, so I went price conscious. They're not the most expensive high grade turquoise, but the other thing is, like, not everybody can afford that. And the other thing is, I want everybody to have some turquoise in their life. And these are absolutely gorgeous, stabilized turquoise. And they're beautiful. If you just want to get into it and you haven't really thought about it before, I recommend this strand. I think there's 10 of them in the shop because I'm keeping this one for myself. These are clay carved beads. I did get them from the African dealer, but I can't remember if they were African or not. So I left African off of the description, but they are painted, hand painted and carved beads. Do you see how big this strand is? I think it's like 42 inches long, and I think I'm selling it for maybe 15 bucks. So that's a ton of beads for whatever price I ended up putting on it. If you want to get a bunch of beads into your stash, that's a stash builder right there. What did Nancy say? Yeah, Nancy said, I've been reminded a lot of times not to eat the beads. Yeah, I always say I want to eat them too. I'm glad you love them, Laura. Here's another strand of the sea sediment jasper. Obviously, I was going for a theme. I love the purple. These are actually a little bit more expensive than the bigger rounds because they're of different, less seen shape. And then Ears is actually going to say that it was 20 bucks on it, but I put it in the shop for much less. So look at those, purple and blue. Love them. They're like rectangle cubes, 6 by 7 millimeter. These are glass beads made in India. Only a few strands right now, but I might get more in later. Maroon, this is a really great color combo heading into fall. We've got maroon, like a blue, and then like a yellow-green stripe on those. Goldie's over here sniffing. I don't know what she's sniffing at. And then I put in these beads. These are also Indian, or from India. And I think you get 3 of each bead. So there's 18 beads on there. There's 15 beads on the other strand. They're different prices. These are matte, hand painted, absolutely cool. Will work with any African beads, right? Only a few strands of those, but they're really fun. Now, I will tell you a secret. Oh, I didn't bring the other strand of the Z beads in here that I'm about to show you. I'll tell you a secret. I just saw somebody else's, and I love this person. Their shop has these, and I was like, oh man, what are they charging for? They're charging them by the bead. I'm selling you a whole strand, okay? Whole strand. These are Z beads. There's only 2 of these blue ones. They are different in color. Like, you can't really tell, but some of the colors are a little bit different throughout, or the transparency is different. These are absolutely stunning focal beads. Whole strand. This one has 8 beads on it. There's a little bit smaller version. 10 beads on that one. I love Z beads, if you didn't know. This version as well, you get a whole strand. No, I haven't shown Goldie yet. She just ate, and she's a little miffed that I grabbed her and threw her outside to go potty before my live stream. And then last one that I have here, because I left the other one in the other room, is this distressed. So if you saw the last show, I had the distressed round beads, agate beads. These are matte. They don't really have a pattern on them, but they're just really cool. And I think there's only 2 strands of these. I will be probably getting more of these when I go back to Tucson because I just love them so much and I want to do a project with them. But I'm not going to do a project with them when I only have 2 strands because everybody will want it. Now, I do have a couple things that are going in maybe this weekend that I just haven't had time to get into the shop. Plus, I just picked up from the post office a big batch of beads. So more and more is going to be put in. Make sure you're subscribed to the newsletter, because when I remember, I send out updates. Somebody said, "Oh my God, I have to be disciplined." No, you don't. You don't. These are tempting. They are tempting. We can't take it with us, girls. She who dies with the most beads wins. I'm trying to get there, right? This one, I think it's like 20 beads. They are from India. They're matte. They're really cool. Painted beads. Those are not in the shop yet. They're coming. I'm going to do some one-off strands of Millefiori focals. I just love these so much. They're huge tube beads. These are lampwork glass. Sorry, they're falling off my lap. Huge, heavy focals. You're gonna get 20 of those beads. Like, this is something probably I should sell by itself, like per bead, but I'm gonna do a 20-piece strand. These rainbow beads, I think you get 2 or 3, 2 of each one, and then I throw in like random beads. These are gorgeous. Those are coming this weekend. You guys are gonna be excited. These are Indian glass version of those African beads that are Java beads, I can't remember, that I made or used in another live. So these are going to be on the site later this weekend. And then these are India, made in India as well. Absolutely gorgeous. So tons of stuff to go in. I'm one person. I'm also packing all your orders. One thing I want to shout out is I'm having, sorry, I'm looking at your comments. Oh, Sharonda, okay. Yeah, I love the pastel beads too, Diana. Oh, thank you, Danette. Oh, Lynn says I have 3 storage unit filled with beads. So I'm sad. I'll come liberate your beads. I will fly to you and liberate your beads if you want me to. But one thing I want to keep plugging is the Tuesday night whatnot shows. I have those typically on Tuesday night at 5:30 Pacific, so 8:30 Eastern. I know it's late, but I get off work at 5:30, so I actually leave work an hour early on Tuesdays to do those. And then I just love chatting with you. If you are not comfortable shopping and whatnot, that's okay. Just come and hang out. Like, I will never say you have to buy something to hang out with me. Like, that just doesn't make sense to me. Like, come out, come have fun. We laugh our butts off during those shows. Oh, and I forgot to show you, I'm wearing my fish necklace today that I made with Sam last month. This guy's still for sale in the shop too. And then just some magnesite. So Tuesday nights, but the big thing is I'm going to have a show, not this coming Tuesday, which is actually going to have really a lot of cool stuff in it. The next show is going to be almost all, if not all, check glass, and some of it's vintage. And then I'm going to do a weekend of shows, the 24th. So Friday the 24th and Saturday the 25th, I'm flying to Chicago to do just whatnot shows, and you're gonna see stuff in those shows that are not in my shop at the moment. I might be shopping while I'm out there and bringing some stuff back, but you're gonna see vintage check in so many different shapes and colors and sizes. I got a box that we're gonna be using in the upcoming shows of just stuff that you're just like gonna blow your mind. I cannot wait. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Julie says, I always feel better when you disclose your bead shopping. Yeah, she comes with me, and she is such an enabler. She's like, why not buy it? Because I want to retire. That's the reason why I shouldn't buy it. I do auction shows, Danette. I think, and I've only just started. I haven't tried a bundle show. It seems like a lot of work. Like, a bundle show seems like a lot of work to me, and I want to go faster. And actually, I might do some sudden death shows too, because I haven't tried that. I'm open to doing bundle shows, but right now it's just, since I'm the only one and I don't have a lot of time, I think it's a lot easier for me to do the auctions. Glad you have fun during those, Lynn. Okay. Wow, I just talked for 30 minutes about beads, which is probably not a record for me, but we're getting there. Let me think about what I want to use today. I didn't really, okay. So I wanted to use the Coyote. Unfortunately, I didn't get some of the check glass that I have to get into the shop. I haven't even picked it out and like put it in yet because I want to do check glass with this guy because it's so pretty, and I think this would look good with some turquoise and orange check glass because everything's turquoise and orange for me. Maybe we'll do a bracelet. I don't know. Oh, Laura, thanks. Thanks, Debbie. What do you guys want to see? I didn't really back out a lot of this from the inventory because I wanted you guys to be able to get your hands on it. I do kind of want to make something with these. I kind of wanted to do something with the elephant or the coyote. Of course I want to use the citrine because, yeah, duh, I love citrine. But I kind of want to use this guy too. Maybe we'll use these with the coyote. I don't want to do turquoise and citrine again because I just did that. You know, I'm not a one-trick pony, but sometimes it feels that way. Let's see. Okay, so I really love these wheels. Julie, lying is a strong word. Lying is a strong word. Let me see. I don't know what I did with my coyote. Did I put him away or did I just like throw him on my desk? I could, depending on how I felt that day, I probably could have done one or both of that. So let me just grab a coyote out of the bin and then I'll back it out of inventory, hopefully. Let's see, because I really love this little coyote. He's so cute. He's so cute. And I put 5 of them in the shop. So if they're sold out by the time you get there, I'm sorry. Let me know if that's something you want me to restock and I can think about it. Okay, so look at this beautiful little guy. Terry. So what I'm doing is Terry's like, what the heck is sudden death show? Right now on Whatnot, if you're, the way I do my auctions is they're 15 seconds and then 5 seconds get added if somebody bids. Sudden death, no time gets added if somebody bids. It's just whoever bids last wins. And it moves the shows a little bit faster. So I'm going to try that out because when I'm in Chicago, I want to get through a lot of beads because I want to maximize the time I'm there so you guys can get as many beads as you want into your stash. And I will be buying stuff to make kits and bring back to my shop, but we're going to try and get some of these beads into the population. So I think we're going to, look at how cute he is. I just love him. I think that's what we're going to use. Like, duh, look at this. Yeah, that's definitely what we're using. I do want to use, oh, the other thing is tomorrow I'm going shopping and I think I'm going to try and get more of those 14 or 12 millimeter, Katie, more of those citrine beads that I made that other necklace with. They're sold out right now in the shop. I had some on my desk here. Oh, here they are. But they're so gorgeous. And I was just like, you know what? I need to get more. So I'm going to take the trip to get some more tomorrow. So if you're waiting on these, check the shop tomorrow. I will combine shipping and I think most orders from this weekend aren't going to start shipping till Monday because I have a lot of orders to get out from this week. I ship as quickly as I can. So we're going to be using these 2 today. But where did I put the citrine? I kind of want to see what that looks like. There's only 5 of those coyotes, so get your hands on them. I don't know if I want to put, maybe, sorry, we're just thinking. We're thinking out loud, right? Look how gorgeous those 2 are. I did buy those specifically to go together when I was in Tucson, but I don't want to do 2 of those in one, like 2 citrine and turquoise necklaces. I think, okay, sorry I keep chatting. We'll get to making. I think I'm going to go into my copper drawer here and see what I've got. I've got some of these. Those kind of look good. And then these are in the shop right now. These are antique copper. Those are in the shop. My favorite spacer, absolute favorite spacer. I have it in 4 colors in the shop. So grab those if you can. There's other really cool spacers in the shop as well. Let me just think about, let's think about what other color goes well with turquoise besides citrine? Orange, purple, red. I don't know if I want to do any of those colors with it though. Green, anything goes with turquoise, right? Christine said I got some of those spacers. Good job. Yeah, I love those. They're my favorite. Julie says I'm going to need a private show of the check, so get ready. Yeah, that'll be after I come back from What are the disc? Okay, so these are, and Gumna, I totally forget every time what your name is. I'm so sorry that I can't remember. These are turquoise wheels or rondelles, but in the store they're called turquoise wheels. Okay. Hey Sherry, glad you're here. Yeah, I love that coyote too. Oh, Katie, no worries. Coral, yeah, you're right. Coral does go with it. Coral, red coral. That's one thing I'm getting for the shop tomorrow when I go out is I'm gonna be buying like some real coral, like it's dyed, but some not like formed branch coral. I'm gonna get some real branch coral and put it in the shop, hopefully next week. Trying to think, do I want to do coral with? Kind of want to get some orange. I'm thinking the brain is braining right now. I might try and get some more of this. I had this in the shop, but it sold out. These are orange coral smaller nuggets. So if you're interested in this, and if I find it tomorrow, just put like a heart in the chat. If I find it, I'll put more in there. These were a pretty long strand, but aren't those gorgeous? Let's see. That's pretty, right? That's gorgeous. These magnesite, I don't know if these are still in the shop. I had them in there, but I don't know if there's still any left. I don't know if I have this color in there anymore, but obviously I'm trending towards yellows and oranges. Oh, here's a whole nother strand of citrine. Probably put that in the shop. Anyway, sorry, my brain is, like I said, braining. I'm trying to figure out what I want to use with this. Yeah, the orange coral is really pretty. All right, well, I'll do my best. If I find it tomorrow, I'll grab a bunch, and then I will spiny oyster or peach moonstone. Oh, I do have peach moonstone. There's peach moonstone in the shop. It's not the highest grade. It doesn't have a lot of flash, but it's a great price point. I have 8mm and 10mm in the shop. Yeah, they all go really well together. Okay, sorry I'm not, it's hard to focus while I'm talking to you guys. Not that I would stop talking to you. Let's take a little field trip to the coral. You guys want to see the coral drawer? We haven't looked in there in a while. You ready for this? All right, let's flip the camera. Pink and mustard, yeah, they are. So here's the coral drawer. There's a lot going on in here, and there's some that hasn't even been added to this yet. So I have these really fun like monkey focals. These hearts are really cool. Maybe I'll grab those. Ooh, these lanterns are really cool. Those are neat. They have a bird in them. Unfortunately, I got these on closeout from like Chelsea's Bead, so I don't have access to those anymore. But there's a lot going on in here. These are cool. I don't want to go red. I want to go either yellow or orange. But then there's necklaces in here that I got on eBay that I haven't like taken apart or anything yet. What about jasper? Yeah, the jasper. Turquoise and salmon's really pretty too. Yeah, so this is like, I don't go in here enough, so I don't remember everything that's in here, but there's some really, really cool stuff. Oh, look at these. Those are really pretty. All right, well, I'm gonna take the oranges back to the, I think these are a little bright, but you never know. Let's see what else. I think this is gonna be pearls. This is freshwater pearls. So I have a bunch of like glass pearls in a different spot, but typically my freshwater pearls get dumped in here. This is all sea glass stuff. I need to probably clean this out a little bit, but ooh. This is a nice orange. And this is a nice orange red. And And then here's a bunch of shell stuff. Like, I gotta go through that. Oh, here's spiny oyster. I don't know if I want to use the same shape spiny oyster as the graduated ones. And I know I have some spiny oyster in my shopping. Somewhere in one of these 2 bins. Somewhere in there, there's some spiny oyster, but I haven't looked at it since February. And then more shells and like shell related things. This whole bag of coral. Huge bag of coral. There's some cool stuff in here. Like, I need to just take a day and go through all these, and I don't think there's any. Oh, that's like some thread. Oh, not thread, but like cord and stuff. Okay. All right, let's pop over here and see if there's anything in like the orange. Oh, that's red. Orange drawer. That's cool. Guys, I apologize in advance. I am, ooh, those are really pretty. So far behind on bead boxes. Like, here's the ancient Egypt. Like, these are 2 bargain, oops, sorry, I'm looking at my address, but 2 bargain bead boxes. Like, I have so many bead boxes to get through. I actually filmed the September curated bead box that's going up tomorrow. We have carnelian. That's really peep. Yeah, Christine, I do need a shopping basket, actually. That's a really good idea. Do I have one? I don't have one. I don't have one. No. I just saw something that was like, oh, that's pretty. Oh, the calcite. Calcite? Is it, guys, let me know. Is it calcite or calcite? Too big. Ooh, apple coral is really pretty. Okay, I'm sure we can figure it out. Oh, here. That's a little smaller. I think that's better than that huge size. Calcite? Calcite, okay. Aw, glad you guys are excited. Okay. Is there any, so here's check glass. Orange. Nothing in here that I specifically want to use. See, I always say whenever I find orange check glass, I have to get it because I have less orange than literally any other color. And it's so hard to find good orange check glass. Yeah. I guess I'm a little obsessed. I know. I know. Okay. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I could, any other orange anywhere in here. These are like peach. Uh-oh, something's stuck in there. Not a lot of orange in African glass. Good for you. Now you can get more, Laura. Telling me you don't have enough yet. Yeah, not a lot of orange going on, even though it's one of my favorite colors now. These crow beads are kind of cool. Let's see. Chevrons. I am restocking chevrons soon in the shop. I think they just came in the mail today, so there will be more in there soon. These are nice. I'll put those in the pile. Brass. No, I don't. I'm using copper. Oh! Okay. I think eventually I'm going to get these beads in the shop too. I think they just came in the mail today. I have some of these going in as well. Let's see if there ain't anything else in here that's gonna be going in. I'm not sure. I actually don't think I bought these now that I'm thinking about it. I could. I absolutely could work from my stash for years. Like, that's actually my plan. I want to retire. Like, this is my retirement. These are cool. This is like an old bracelet. Oh, you guys remember these? We might need to use these. I love that I just went through and found these. Remember, Cindy and Julie and I went shopping, and I found these in a thrift store or a vintage store, and they're like Asian carved lucite beads. I'm gonna grab those. We just never know what we're gonna want to use once we get back to the shop. All right, I think that's enough. Also, my blood just rushed to my head, so all right. My spoils. My spoils. We'll see. My pretties, right? I'll put them down on the mat. I'm gonna put you guys back in my thing here. Sorry, the sun's like directly coming in on my face right now. Want to miss some chat here. Would lava bead work? Angela, we're using this. Lava beads would work, but I don't think I have them in orange now that I'm thinking about it. We're using this copper coyote and these turquoise wheel beads. Mookite, yeah. Mookite would be cool. I didn't look in my yellow drawer. I'm thinking I'm a little bit obsessed with orange. I'm sorry, I'm reading these comments. I'm so glad that my stash is making you guys not feel bad about yourselves. It's actually making me feel better. But that's okay. I just know that there are probably many, many women out there who have way bigger stashes than me, and that's what gets me through the day. I gotta catch up to them. All right, sorry. Is it easier to organize by color or bead type? I do both. So as you saw, I pulled orange from many different places. I typically organize by bead type and then by color. So like all my gemstones are by themselves and then go by color, not type of gemstone. All my check glass are by themselves and then by color. All my African are in like different drawers, but by color. They looked a little mixed up, but I knew where the color lines were. And then I have like wood beads. I have carved beads, pendants. Like you guys didn't see those. I didn't open those up. So let me take you down my mat and we'll make something. How do you feel about that? Maybe we'll make 2 somethings because I want to make this coyote necklace, but I also want to do something with these because I love them. Tell me your thoughts. I'm doing them in packs of 4. I could sell them separately for the same price, but just split up, right? But these are batik carved beads. Let me know what you feel about those. Angela said, I'm starting some by color, but I'm going to Spacers Tribal, some other separate. Yeah. It evolves. Like I break things apart all the time or I put them back together. All right, let me get you back down to my mat. Or not back down to my mat, but let me get you down to the mat. You're gonna see my ceiling for just a second here. Get you down there. Flip that around. Okay, that's too close. It's too close. There we go. All right, can you see, is that focused enough? I get weird, like it doesn't focus if I'm too close for some reason, but it seems to be focused. Again, both of these rings, as of when I started this, because I'm on Do Not Disturb for everything else, so I don't know what's sold or not since we started. When we started, both of these rings were in the shop. This is a bone mahjong tile, and this is a freshwater pearl adjustable. They're both adjustable ring. Okay. Okay, let's see. We know for sure we're using this guy. These are in the shop. And then we know for sure we're using our coyote. That's right, Lauren. Beads will keep you young. And then I just gotta kind of figure out, okay, I'm gonna eliminate a bunch of these. This is too bright for me. The flowers are just a little too bright. And I need to put these like in a spot so they don't get mixed in with all the stuff that's going in the shop. Angela, what are your favorite colors together? Turquoise and orange? Also, Terry K, like she said, I'm old. I won't live as long to use all those beads. Bead collecting and jewelry making are 2 different hobbies, and I have both of them, but I'm really good at the bead collecting versus the jewelry part. These are cool. I kind of want to make a bracelet with these, so I'm going to kind of set those to the side. Maybe just do a focal with some of the leftover wheels. These are still a contender. If beads keep us young, Brittany's immortal. I don't know that I want to be immortal, but they're keeping my skin clear. These are still a contender. Let's see. These are like dyed magnesite, which actually these are really cool. Those are really cool. More rustic. I'm loving these the most so far, which is sad because I think I got these from a sale on Facebook or something. Some agates. Actually, are these agate? I think so. I don't think they're crackle glass. They look like crackle glass, but I think they're actually agate. These are actually really pretty. I don't know which ones to use. Then we have this vintage necklace. Terry said, I don't know if they're keeping me young, but they're keeping me broke. This is pretty, but it's not giving me the same vibes as these two are. So I'm going to save these because these are old and kind of expensive when I bought them. That's pretty too. Somebody's, Nancy, you're green with the agate. Yeah. Then we have, oh, these are cool. That's pretty with the carnelian quatrefoils. All right, so these three I like so far. Then we have some, no, the Java beads aren't doing it for me. All right, then oh, we're not doing these guys either. And then these are some resin. No. All right, now I need to break it down. Yeah, that's definitely my vibe. Deborah says, or Debbie says, Arizona sunset. Yeah, that's all I ever make. I make some variation of the same color combo every single time because I just love it so much, but every necklace looks different. All right, I really like these. These are a little less eye-catching, and I kind of need something that's a little more eye-catching. So I think it's going to be between the carnelian and the magnesite. I think this is too yellow, like too light orange, not yellow. Okay, what could I put inside here? Because I don't want to just see my string through this, you know? I'm trying to think about what, oh, let's see, what do we have in the seed bead department? Or I could put copper beads in there, but I think it would be nice to see like a punch of turquoise in there. These are too green. I had smaller ones, but they're somewhere else now. And I don't know where that somewhere else is. Oh, these are nice, like little Picasso ones. Yeah, that's cool. What if I did like one or two of these and then like a copper focal? Would this fit in there? Oh yeah. All right. Okay, we're starting. Finally. Just do it, lady. I don't know if you guys are obsessed with Chit on YouTube or Facebook or TikTok or Instagram like I am, but I love him, and hearing him say do it, lady, makes me happy. All right. This is bronze color. No, I have copper. We'll use copper. Soft flex. Okay. Okay. Now, oh, this has got a bail on it, so I'm not worried about that. I'm going to open up my Hoyle beads and my carnelian. I actually have some carnelian, they're not going to be like this, but some carnelian going in to the shop. I took pictures. I just like can only get so much in at one time. I guess these are a little bit graduated. They seem to be bigger in the middle. Okay. All right, let's start laying out a little bit here. Oh, dropping things left and right. Dropsy Magoo today. All right. Just looking for the most interesting ones on the strand. I don't necessarily need them to all match each other, but I like this one's too chunky because they're all different. There we go. There we go. Okay. Okay. Let's open up this guy. Sorry, I'm looking at your comments. Do you sell these beads? Yes, Martha. At Turquoise.Street is where I sell most of this stuff. I don't have these right now in there, but I do have the turquoise wheels and the coyotes and these copper things. Turquoise.Streetbeads.com. So, let's see. The thing with this is I'm not sure if these are going to be too big. Like the holes on these for those seed beads, they might go through. So let's just test that theory. Where did my stringing wire go? Here we go. Because if they're too big, I'm gonna have to change out what size I use. I think we'll be okay. Yeah, everybody check out Julie's Facebook. She fortunately gets to make jewelry all the time. I'm so jealous she makes so much jewelry because it's all so gorgeous. Okay, that's really pretty. So I'm going to check to see how many I can put in here. I'm going to try 2, but I don't know if that's going to be too many beads. I love that these Picasso beads match these wheels so well. Yeah, I think that's going to be too many beads. Yeah. Oh, nope, I got them in there. Look how cool that is. I love it. Carnelian's your favorite? Yeah, I love it too. Okay, so I don't know if this strand is open. Let me see if I have an open strand of these. Do I? Come on. I don't. All right, we'll just open them. Sometimes it hurts me to open these beads because I'm like, oh, I'm going to use them up. I know where to get them. I know where to get them. Go to turquoise.streetbeads.com. But I love these little Hishi saucers. Okie dokie, let's go. Now, I'm going to start back here, I guess. Put on a spacer between each one of these so each one has its own little moment. Then I'll just kind of decide how many I want between my carnelian beads. This necklace is going to be so much fun. We are filming the next episode of Crimped this weekend, so I may wear it then. I don't know. We are filming. I have my Sunday show on JTV Extra. If you guys don't pop into that, I would love to see you. I always love having more viewers. It keeps me employed. They want us to have people watch the shows. All right, so we've got, I think I'm going to do 5. I think 5 between there is really fun. And then I'll do another one of these. So if let me know what is hindering you watching Bead Break with Brittany, because it's free on jtv.com. So, oh God, I know these are the 2 I wanted. I guess it was that one. All right, put this guy on. And it's not YouTube, but it's not an app either, because somebody said that they had trouble finding it on the app, and I was like, it's not an app, it's just jtv.com/extra, and I provide the links to it on Sundays. So watch either my Facebook page, I do post it every weekend here on YouTube, what the link will be, and we just hang out kind of exactly like today, but probably a little bit more professional than my hot messedness. And oh, look how pretty that is. Oh, I love it. And then oh, Sharana, you haven't heard of it. Okay, so every Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern, I go live on JTV Extra and make a project with JTV's products. I totally get that, Jacqueline. I totally get that. But you can just come hang out too, you know? Sometimes they have really good clearance deals too. So be on guard for those when they happen. Gosh, I'm having so much fun with this necklace. It's so pretty. I hope you got your hands on the wheels. If they sell out, I don't think I'm going to get more until February, but it could happen. I never say never, right? Cool things are happening because I'm saying this is the year of yes when it comes to jewelry making. I want to retire from my corporate job, and I'm trying to do that by doing more things with beads and hanging out with you all more. So if you have any ideas on things that you'd like to see, let me know. All right, so what I'm gonna do here is put on, I don't know if I just want 5 there, if I want 6 or 7. I'm gonna put this guy on and kind of see how it looks. Isn't it pretty? Yeah, Terry K. I've heard that too. And that's I totally understand that too. So like I said, sometimes they have a really good clearance. And it's all just when you see it. I think I want some more turquoise leading up to my little dude. So I'm gonna put on a couple more wheels. This is so fun. I just want to do this all day long and hang out with Goldie. I know I say it every time we meet, but I'm manifesting, okay? I'm manifesting. Young retirement, youngish retirement. Look at how pretty that is. I know it's kind of not in focus a little bit, and the colors aren't showing up the best, but I love it. I'm like gonna cry. I like this so much. Thank you, Marie. Let's see what you guys are saying. That necklace is gorgeous. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I know. And you know what, guys? I'm going to be super transparent. I've given them that feedback. So they've heard you. So I think that's why we see a lot of sale items. But they've definitely heard your gripe about that. All right. So what I'm seeing here is that I'm getting a little bit of knockage from my bigger beads. So I think I'm going to let me go from the other side and see if this smaller one will help here. Okay, knockage. Well, I know. You just got to make up words when you're beading, right? All right, so that one's way better. Just need a little bit smaller guy. Nancy, you and me both, sister. However, I will say I haven't played. I need to. I always say, oh, dang it, I didn't win the lottery, but did I buy a ticket? No. No, I didn't. Maybe this weekend. There will be signs. I won't tell anybody if I won the lottery, but there will be signs. Mainly truckloads of beads showing up at Turquoise.Street and not going into the shop, which is not that different from how it is right now, but all right, I cannot get one that's the smaller size in this color. Yikes. It's the same size. Okay, well, maybe we'll just go tinier. Sorry, I keep checking on what you guys say. Cindy, same here. Or I just don't get numbers at all. Maybe I need another. I was trying to not do another like 2 beads, but I think I just need to do 2 of these. My little coyote's got a hair hanging out. I'm be real upset if I can't find my actual coyote and have to take this apart and sell it to somebody. Okay, so let's put this guy on. Yeah, that works. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm having fun with this one though. Thank you, Terry K. Laura says, if I win the lottery, I'm moving to AZ where the beads live. Good plan, girlfriend. Good plan. 5, 6, 7. This is so pretty. She makes me happy. All right, and then we'll put on our next quatrefoil. Two of our seed beads, our copper bead. Jacqueline says I couldn't survive the heat. That's why we have air conditioning, girlfriend. I don't go outside hiking in the summer. I don't go hiking in the winter either. You just got to stay in the air conditioning. Tona, nah, yes, no. I really moved here because I wanted the heat, but it was a really big draw because I knew nothing about the shows really once I moved here, but I knew of them before I moved here, but it was a draw for sure. But every time I visited Arizona, I was like panicking that I didn't want to leave when I would visit friends or family. And like the last time I left in 2016, I was like, I'm moving here. Like I can't not live there. And then I just kind of started doing everything I could to move here, and it panned out. One day my boss was like, you want to transfer? And I was like, yes. And they're like, okay, you have 45 days to get there. And I was like, okay, I got to sell my house. I got to move my car. And then at that same point, they were like, oh, we're sending you on a 2-week trip to Georgia to set up an office there. And I was like, okay. So I had a lot to do. Probably the most stress I've ever been under in my entire life, but it was worth it. It was worth it. Selling houses is rough. Let me tell you what. Julie said, let's see. What a great evening, Danette said, sitting eating some beans and rice and watching it. Ooh, I'm hungry. Don't talk about food. Oh, and Julie says, and she needed to meet me, happiest day of her life. I'm glad you think that that's actual real life. You're a little delusional, Julie, but I do love you very much. Julie and I met at a Jesse James Beads function in Tucson in 2020, days before the shutdown, like literally days before the shutdown. And I probably got COVID during that meeting because somebody was very close to my face, and I could feel like their spittle hit my face while she was talking to me. I was like, oh, I'm gonna get sick. And then I got very, very sick. But you know, that goodness that came out of that was I did meet Julie. I got to meet Sarah in person, Sarah James, and the rest is history. The rest is history. Yeah, Julie goes, and we both got COVID. Yep. Although we didn't know it was COVID at that point because we hadn't heard about it. So that was January 2020. So, all right, here's this. Look how gorgeous this is. Jacqueline says spittle, LOL. Yeah, that's all I could, like, it happened. I was like, this woman's very close to my face. And then I just felt it. And I was like, oh, I'm going to get sick. Like, that was the thought I had. And that was before we even we even knew anything about COVID. Oh my gosh. Julie said I thought it was, yeah, worst back pain I've ever had I never had back pain during a cold before. And it was just like, what is this? All right. So now I'm going to just kind of focus on the wheels. And then I don't know what I'm going to do in the back, but I'm done adding carnelian because I don't want to waste it in the back of the necklace. Aw, thank you, Sharonda. Thank you. I eventually want to sell jewelry, but I don't have enough time to make all the jewelry I want. And then when I make the jewelry right now, I want to keep it. I don't know if any of you are part of my beads group on Facebook, but I did just put up a meme about how much jewelry I keep when I make it. Like, why wouldn't I keep it? It's beautiful. Why wouldn't I keep it? Okay, here we go. Thanks, Laura. And we're just gonna... The only thing I don't like about these rondelles or the little Heish beads is these are on like some kind of cotton cord and sometimes they get stuck. And then I'm like pulling out these little fibers. But if that's the worst thing that can happen, I'm having a pretty good day, I guess. And then just keep going. He fell down. I think I missed some comments. Marie says I have to get some of those wheels to match my awesome butterfly. Oh, yeah. Hopefully they're still available. That's gonna go great. Yes, of course, because we only do turquoise and orange around here. This was actually a tutorial I did several years ago using Sam's Bead Shop, bead box, using some really fun carnelian and some check glass and some copper. And you're right, I didn't even catch that. Perfect, perfect match. Obviously, I have a color combo that I like, but who would have thought? Not every piece I make is turquoise and orange, but it's freaking close, right? All right. I'm just grabbing them. I don't care what size they are. It doesn't matter. They're all 15 to 18 millimeter anyway. I'm not really grabbing the really large ones, but YOLO. We're just doing what we want to do. I can't remember if these are made in India. I think the copper is either made in India. I think it's in the description of the video of the beads in my shop. But if it's not India, it's Thailand. But I think it's India. Laura says, when you find a combo that works, run with it. Yeah, I guess I do. I jump in the deep end with this one. Although I do other color combos, I just don't get the satisfaction from them that I do with this one. Or turquoise in anything, really. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Do another one. I don't think that's long enough. I'll have to find a clasp in a minute. I don't know what type I want. Usually, necklaces I do use lobster claws because I like making adjustable necklaces. I never want to wear this necklace at the same length. And it's really hard to do that with toggles. Like I love toggles on bracelets because my length of my bracelet doesn't really need to be adjustable. Thanks, Ebony. All right, so I'm going to put my bead stopper on. I know it's not long enough, but I want to get some beads on the other side. I love this necklace so stinking much. Like I said, I have some carnelian like diamonds that I need to put in. They don't have that cut out in the middle. And I only have a few strands of those. Those will be, I'm going to do a blast tonight, an email blast, for those who weren't able to watch the today's show. But I want y'all to get first dibs because you guys always support me by watching. So love it that you guys get your hands on stuff first. Let's keep going. I got to tell you, with Whatnot and my shop, I am having a blast. I really just wanted to hang out and talk to you guys about beads all the time. That's all I want to do. Like I've gone through enough struggle in my life that I just want something simple, and that's talking about beads and having joy. So even though I'm chaotic, even though I'm a little crazy sometimes, and I think one of the lives we were all talking about how mentally ill we are. Not that I'm making a joke out of that, but it's true. I really just enjoy hanging out, talking. It's not complicated, right? Like my day job is. I just enjoy talking about it and making with my hands. Very zen. All right, how many is that? 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Dana says, aren't we all a little wacky? Yeah, girl. A little wacky to say the least. Wacky at best. Okay. Yeah, Laura says, we're all crazy. Life's too short not to do what we love. Girl, if you couldn't say it better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Julie. Thanks, Diana. Thanks, Sherry. All right, I just counted these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, I need 2 more. I knew I was going to use the wheels today, but I had no idea, in the coyote, but I didn't know that I was going to use them together, and I didn't know that I was going to be able to find these quatrefoils. So, like, this is what I do and what I talk about on JTV. Like, maybe you see something on the show, but you don't like exactly what I'm making. Go shopping in your own stash. Like, that's what we did today. I think it was maybe Kristen who said, you need a shopping basket. That would have been a really great idea, but I didn't have one. All right. 3, 9, 6, 9, 10. Okay, one more. One more. Then I could do like a second necklace that's just these, or some variation of this without the coyote on it. Did I do 2 of these? I need 2 of those. All right, I'm gonna not try this on, but like hold it up to my neck. Don't drop it. Okay, let me put it. Like I have to remind myself not to drop it so I don't drop it, but like also spill all my beads on the floor. And I got that from my brother, who was doing some electrical work in my house and didn't turn off the electrical box, and he goes, "Don't touch it," when he was touching the wires. And I was like, "Dane, you should probably just turn off the wiring." And he's like, "Nah, I just won't touch it," because I told myself not to touch it. So that's how I say, don't drop it. We're all a little wacky. Okay, this is way too short. Yeah, that's way too short. But look how pretty it is. It's gorgeous. She gorgeous. I wonder if I could get some instead of wasting the rest of my wheels, if I have some smaller carnelian. Let's take another trip. We'll take a trip over to the carnelian again because I didn't grab any smaller ones. I'm sick of using my wheels. I want to use those on a bracelet. Let's see. Oh, I didn't even look at the red drawer for carnelian. We looked in the orange drawer. There we go. Yay, field trip. Oh, that's cool. These are like carved. That's neat. That's neat. Oh, I have this old, okay, this is just, I don't even need to introduce this, but these old carnelian, they're African. Huge like shield beads. That's not what I'm looking for today, but you kind of get lost in the sauce when you go shopping for beads here. What did I get on my arm? All right, I think this is the shape that's going to go in the shop. This diamond pattern. I have a few of them going in. I think this will be good. It's a good enough size. 6 millimeter. 8 would probably be, but oh, speak and you shall receive. We'll take them both over. Okay, we'll take them both over. Oh, it's getting dark early, and I don't like getting dark. Like, I love sunshine. It's getting dark earlier and earlier. We get dark so early in Arizona. Like, I remember in the summers in Cleveland, like, it would be light until 10 o'clock some nights. Here, it's never like that, ever. Put those out of there. All right, so I got 8 millimeter out, which is fine, but I actually really, like, I'm not even going to see them on the back, but it's really pretty. How many years have I been collecting? Well, I had a bunch of beads from when I was a teenager, but I didn't have a lot. I mean, I guess I did have a lot, but nothing like I have now. And then I started my jewelry business in 2009, and that's when I started buying a lot, but I was using a lot. And then I stopped really buying beads from like, I want to say like 2015 to like 2017-ish. And then I moved here in 2018, and then like 2019, 2020, I got a better job. And I was able to afford beads. And then that's when I went crazy. I had adult money with no husband who cared, and I didn't at that point. I lived in an apartment. I didn't care, so that's when my beads bloomed. So between 2020 and now is when my bead stash went cray. All right, so we're just gonna use. I don't know if these are agate or carnelian. I know carnelian's a type of agate, but I think these might be red agate, just from the banding on them. I'm gonna use those on the back here. And I'm going to do the same thing and just space this here. Let's see, I missed some comments, I think. Aw, thanks, Diana. Y'all, I'm hungry. I had a protein waffle before this started because I was like, could not find anything to eat, and I was like, don't eat horrible snacks that are gonna make you hungrier. And now I just want my chicken nuggets. If you guys watch my whatnot shows, you'll know that chicken nuggets and chicken tenders are like the ongoing joke. But I really do want chicken nuggets to eat for dinner. All right, that's pretty. Oh yeah, I don't want one of those, Terry, at all. Like they'd have to knock me and out and take me to a cave. I do not want one of those. I will pick beads. I will pick Goldie every single day of the week over one of those. He'd have to be something pretty amazing. I got to tell you what. 'Cause I mean, honestly, I can do whatever I want right now. Knock on wood that's not taken away, but the other day, my boss and my coworker and I were on a call, and she had talked about how she just met somebody new and she was dating him, and she was talking about how she might get rid of her cat because his dogs are hunting dogs. And I was like, dude, dump the dude, keep the cat. And then my coworker is going through a breakup, and she was like, well, you can send me some good vibes to meet somebody new once we're done with the breakup. And I was like, guys, you guys, I feel like, I was like, don't do that to me, to my boss. I was like, don't threaten me. I feel like that's a threat. Don't send me a romantic partner. That's a threat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see what you guys are chatting about here. Cindy said, well, super rich to supply you with more and more beads. But I mean, like, can't I just have a super rich friend who does that? Like he doesn't have to be my husband. All right, or she, but I'm like, that would absolutely just be a friend. Somebody, I could just have a sponsor who wants to just send me bead money. I would take that. Look how gorgeous this is. I'm gonna see how long it is on me. See if I need to add more beads. Nope, I do not. And if I need to at the end, I can add chain to make it adjustable. This turned out 7,000 times better than I thought it would. Yeah, Julie says I'm a bead digger. I absolutely agree with you. 100%, girlfriend. 100%. And Cindy says, you know, I agree. I'm old enough to be your mother and never had and never wanted a husband. Like doing my own thing. You know, at one point I did, but I just kind of see just the struggles that some people with them go through, and I'm like, that's not a struggle I'm cut out for in this lifetime. I've got enough struggles. All right, let me find a copper bead, crimp bead. I don't know where my copper crimp, easy crimps are, or I would use that. Oh, come on, crimp tubes, where you at? I have a copper drawer, but you know, the thing is, I don't put my beads away. So we struggle to find the things we're looking for when we don't do that. So please excuse me while I have a conniption fit over here. Where are those? Dang it. I do have bead covers, copper bead covers, but I can't find a crimp. But it's ridiculous because I know I have the right color crimps. We know I have the right color crimps. We just don't know where they are. Rude. All right. Oh. No. Is that? No. But we can use one of those. Sorry, guys. We know I don't plan. We know I don't plan very well for these things. Oh, these are not very good crimp beads, but I did find some. Don't know what the heck they are. Let's see, do I have a copper clasp? I do. And then just need to find some jump rings. we go. Here we go. Let's see what you guys are saying. And Christine says, wait, what? You're supposed to put the beads away. Julie says, men don't understand beads or women. You know what? The funny thing is, I think like, oh, what if I found one that like actually really liked beads and like didn't want to take my beads, but like wanted to get me more beads. Oh my God, my crimping pliers are in the other room, but I do have this unopened one, so we'll just use that. And then I just laugh and laugh, thinking that that'll never happen. So, and the perfect man would have to support my bead habit and actually care about them. I don't care if he knows about them; it would be a plus. But he would have to care that I care, and he'd have to have some knowledge. Julie says, no, they don't exist. Well, the truth is, there are a lot of men who make jewelry. There are a lot of men at the bead shows, but I don't know that they're both of those things that you mentioned. All right, I'm going to put on a crimp. I wish I could have found my crimp tubes. I don't know if I want to use these crappy. I'm annoyed. Very annoyed that I don't know where my copper, and I know the second I finish the live, we'll find them. By we, I mean me. Now I can't even find my gold ones. Like, what a world what goes through my mind when I am making things and not putting them away? Like, literally, what goes through my mind? Because I just made that other necklace last week. Oh, you know what? Here's a strand that was open. Okay, I'm just going to piss myself off even more if I keep looking. Aw, well, that's good, Laura. And I think I saw Tona write something, too. She said, I could have a great husband, but it took me a while to find him. Aw, I love that for you, Tona. It's interesting to observe what men become widows. They always remarry. Yeah, that's what Terry said. Sorry, I'm just reading through the comments here. Ebony says, my beads get on my husband's nerves. He had to hang his guitars up on the wall because he needed the floor space for bead storage. As you should, Ebony. Like, the nerve of him getting upset with you for having a hobby. God forbid a woman has a hobby. And the guitar, like, guitars make a lot of noise. Like, come on. Your beads don't make noise. Did that just happen for a reason? I just dropped these on the floor like I normally do, and guess what they dropped right next to? Are you kidding me? Now I don't have to use the crappy ones. Look at the universe working it out. It was like, girl, just look on the floor where you drop everything else. There's your crimp beads. Anyway, the nerve of you having a hobby, Ebony. Oh, that's sweet, Marie. All right, so I'm going to put on a wire guard. Yeah, I do miss Al. Sherry said I had a wonderful husband. I knew Al my whole life. They had been together. I didn't know you guys were together for 39 years. Oh, I miss him too. I can't believe it's been 8 years. Yeah, Al was a good dude. I loved him. He was like one of my uncles. My dad's best friend for a long time. All right, so I'm going to put this through my crimp. And Al did support you through a lot, a lot of different hobbies. I remember, Sherry, you had so many hobbies. I remember like you making the paper mache, like vegetable, like those were so cool. Sherry is so talented. She would make these paper mache veggies and fruits and stuff. And then you collected Longaberger baskets. And I never even knew you did jewelry. Like that was new information to me. And then we're going to squish one more time. Then I'm going to trim, which I usually don't do until the end, so we're probably going to run into a problem. Knock on wood that we don't. And then move everything down. And then we'll come through our crimp here. And then down here. Maybe, if I can get it through the hole, there we go. And then come back down through our crimp. And I don't need to crimp onto my jump rings while I'm doing this because there's going to be a loop on my wire guards. And then we will pull. Now it's just using wire guards takes a little bit of practice, and I'm not always the best at it because I'm not the most patient beater, but you know, I do the best I can. Yeah, Sherry said they always thought my dad was a car salesman because he always had a new car. Yeah, the man is obsessed with cars. And this is transferred to his children because now I know every make and model of every car on the planet and I can identify them at night by their taillights because my dad, you know, I think he has that's his type of OCD. It's just cars. Like that's all he talk about. Like all I do is I focus on beads. And so that's where my obsession comes from. I don't obsess with cars, but I obsess on beads. So I know a lot about beads. He knows a lot about cars, but they always thought he was a car salesman because he had a new car all the time. The man loses his mind about cars. He still gets new cars all the time. Although he's chilled out now that he's in his almost 70s. Brittany, you can buy your beads and carry them home for you. I'm a big girl. I can carry my own beads. I'm an independent lady. You should see, I actually just got a 32-pound box at my P.O. box of check glass. And I got to tell you, I almost cried. But I got that sucker into my car, and now it's in my house, and we will be selling those beads on Whatnot. Okay. Squish, 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 squish. And then we'll trim, trim, trim. That took way too long, but we were talking. Look, my new... Yeah, Sherry, his new car is gorgeous. Yeah, I have a roller bag for bead shopping, and actually it's a little cute one with cupcakes all over it, but I don't think it's big enough because the last few times I had to like empty out the car and like go back to the shows. So I'm gonna just use like a carry-on bag next time when I go to the bead shows. Don't judge me. It's how you guys are getting beads. All right, so we're gonna put this on the left side of the necklace. And then I'll probably put an extender on here because I love an adjustable necklace. Just makes it easier and more, I might use it more. What is that? Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm looking at these. Oh my goodness. You said, judge you, I'm jealous. Yeah. Well, some people judge. Although once you go to a bead show, I'm definitely not the only person carrying around a big bag or a roller bag. Lots of people have them because they're serious about buying too, girl. Aw, didn't I love that for her? Yeah, I'm 40 and I don't think that I do not want children either. So I got Goldie. She's good enough. She's my fur baby. All right, we have completed one piece of jewelry. Look at her. She gorgeous. She beautiful. I love her. I think we need a bracelet, right? What do you think? What do you guys think? This one's chunky. I like it. I'm gonna go with our glass piece. I'm gonna go with, or metal piece. What am I saying glass for? This guy. We will put that on. My chicky nugs are calling my name, girls. Oh my goodness, Cindy, I didn't know you had 8 cats at one point. And I did know about the too many dogs, though. But they're all so sweet. I love them. Laura, we can get a house together and we'll just share our beads if you win the lottery. Your husband's gonna have to figure out what he needs to do, but we'll just have our bead hub. All right, and then I'm just going and big, yeah, they are big dogs. All right, and then I'm just going to put my my bracelet's just gonna have the wheels. It's not gonna have the little carnelian pieces. Yep, I have a niece and nephew that I spoiled too. I just got to see him last week when I was in Cleveland, and they were so sweet when I was there. My niece goes, "Can I come live with you?" I was like, "No." My dad goes, "Well, don't you think you should just have like a little girl?" And I was like, I am 40 years old. If I have a child, do you understand like how old I'll be if they if like once they're in high school? Also, no. I do not want a child. And he was like, "No, I think you just really need a kid." I was like, "No." This is the man who could not wait for his children to become adults. But anyway, she was like, "Can I come live with you?" I was like, "No, you can come visit me." Like, she was like, "Can I come visit you for like 2 months?" I was like, "No, you can come visit me for like a week or two, and you got to pay for your your plane ticket." Mind you, she's like 10. She cannot pay for a plane ticket. And I was like, "And you got to get your parents' permission." She's like, "Well, my dad will drive me." And I was like, your dad does not like the hot weather. He's not going to drive you 3 days to come drop you off in Arizona and then pick you up and he was just like, all right. So then I told her, she showed me these really cute things that she made out of polymer clay. I was like, why don't you sell these at school? She's like, you think? I was like, yeah, just all you have to do is sell like 50 of them and then you'll have a plane ticket. So then I bought her some polymer clay so she can make more, and she was ecstatic. So we'll see if that works itself out. So this is just going to be my bracelet. Oh, Terry K. Yeah, I don't need to be a geriatric pregnancy. Thanks, Julie. Let's talk about geriatrics. We'll keep going here. Hopefully we don't make this too long. She's gonna be ringing my doorbell. Yeah, she is. She's so spunky. She was like, when I told her last year that I would make her some bracelets for her birthday, and of course I forgot and got backlogged. She was like, "Where are my bracelets?" Like every week, like, "Have you made my bracelets?" I'm like, "Amelia." But I get it though. I was like, I felt bad, so I made her some really cool turquoise and pink bracelets last year. She still talks about them. All right, let's see. I'm gonna start on the other side because obviously we don't want to make this too long, and I do that every single time. Where's my bead stopper? Here we go. Okay, move that down, cut this off this spool, and then do the other side. Although we're getting to the bigger ones at this point. Oh no, I was like, oh, I have more little ones. No, it's the necklace. Silly goose. Just focusing. Sorry, I went silent. Also thinking about chicken nuggets. I fed Goldie before I went online, but only ate a quick little snack before I started. You guys, you can always tell me by posting in my Facebook group, commenting on YouTube, sending me emails, what you'd like to see if I'm out of something, or if you want to see if I can stock something. I always am open to that because I am not a mind reader. I usually typically stock stuff that I would buy because that means that I can show you how I would use it. But if there's something that you're like, oh, I can't find it, or I'd love it if you had it, let me know and I can always look for it. All right. couple more. Also, I need to find a clasp that's going to work for this because with toggles, it's difficult with these. So I might actually need to put those on the back because the bead has to fit through the toggle. Ooh, this is pretty. I just used this, I think, on a recent necklace or something. I love these. And maybe I got them from Nina. I'm not 100% sure on that. Well, good to hear that. I love that for you, Terry K. All right. This guy needs another copper. All right. Put on our 8mm bead. Meter bead. You're welcome, Julie. Anything for you. Oh, did an extra copper here, and I didn't want that. The nuggets I'm going to eat are going in my air fryer. They're from Costco, and they're so, so yummy. Oh, love that for you. I love that for you. Okay, not enough. I'm going to do at least one more. Glad you love the elephant. That makes me so happy. All right, we don't want to put on too many beads, and that's why I'm just going to do asymmetrical, so one side has 2 and one side has 1. Big deal. Nobody cares. I don't care. If I don't care, nobody else should. If you do care, I don't care. But I'm guessing that you don't care. All right, so let's get... I'm going to use a different jump ring because I don't have 2 of those. I mean, I do, but I'm not going to use them. Let me look at my jump rings. Do I want to use ovals? No. Oh, no. All right. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go back into my stash of these and take off because I like how thick that jump ring is now that I'm thinking about it, and I don't want this bracelet to fall apart with a faulty jump ring. So just go in and take this pair off of one. Okay. And I'm not going to use my wire guards on this one, but you can. All right, make sure that's really, oh, would you look at that? I just said how big those are, and it broke in half. Like, are you kidding? Are you literally kidding? Let's see if this one does it too. Maybe it was just a bad jump ring. But talking about how big the gauge is, and then it falls apart. Silliness. All right, that one's fine. Now I gotta go back into my stash, do it again. Oi, oi, oi. See, now the thing is, after pulling out all these beads, do you think I'm gonna just take 10 minutes and put them all away? Pfft, no. All these beads are gonna stay here. All those orange beads that I pulled out. Goldie probably is taking a nap. She's been very quiet for the last hour or so. But I just said her name, so watch, she'll pop up. There we go. Need a couple of these. And put one on. And I really didn't need to do a jump ring, but if something happens to where I need to make the clasp longer or something, make the bracelet longer later, I like having a jump ring, and then I can add another one in later. All right. Move that crimp down. Glad glad making fun of me makes you happy, Cindy. I'm just kidding. But she said her bead mat was covered the other day, and she said, "My bead mat looks like Brittany's." You're so funny. All right, move that down. I just can't help it. That's just when I used to scrapbook, like all the paper would be everywhere. Like I am not creative if I can't have all of my supplies everywhere at once. I can't keep it together. All right. Come through. Come back down. Grab my tail, grab my clasp, and pull. And before I clasp this or crimp this, let's just check to see if it fits, because I'm going to be upset if it's too short. I'm going to be really mad if it's too long. So, and it absolutely is usually longer than it needs to be. But once in a while, I do make something that's too short, and that's even worse. Do we see how big that, like, didn't I test this like 100 times? Of course I did the side that has, oh, I'm so annoyed. Like, that's too big. That's way too big. And I didn't do the side that had the 2 to the side that has the 1. Grr. All right, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do this. Watch. So we have enough room. We have enough life left here. I'm gonna take this off. Okay, I'm gonna put my stopper on. I'm gonna come over to this side and I'm gonna cut it off, because I'm annoyed, and that's just gonna make me mad all the time if I go to wear this bracelet and it's too big. Oh yeah, Danette, yeah, I see why you have to clean up your beads. Cindy said, I made a knotted cord bracelet a couple of nights ago. It's too big. I ended up cutting it apart and redoing the whole thing, but it's perfect now. Well, I hate when I do that. Like what's going through my mind? I just tested it like 6 times. It's still going to be too big now. I'm annoyed. So if we did clasp right onto the clasp, it's still going to be too big. I'm going to take off one of these from each side, and that should be good. Like, I was testing it the entire time. You guys saw me testing it. But it was like, no, we're going to just switch it up on you once you think you're in the clear. Yeah, I'm still thinking about those nuggets. My tummy is like, feed me. I want the nuggies. I love that, Terry K. Specifically, what don't we do on this channel? Because I know there's a lot we don't do, but I wonder what I've said that about in the past. Yeah, Tona, me too. And because most of the time I'm too lazy to like get out a ruler, but also I just test it and it looks fine. And then between me testing it and then putting on the clasp, it's like, no, tricked you. Okay, this is going to be better no matter what. It may be too long still, but it's not going to be ridiculously long like it was before, because it took off an 8mm bead and 2 of these 4 or 5mm thickness beads. So it is what it is at this point. We've got chicken nuggets to eat. We got to wrap this up. Unfortunately, I didn't get to using that tribal bead, which I really wanted to make a necklace with, because I wanted to show you guys what we would do with it, but that's okay. It's okay. We have lots of time in the future where we can use those beads, because I have a bunch of them, and if you want to see them, let me know. I actually really wanted to use the sliders today, but once you get into a video and you like get inspiration, or at least me, you never know which direction the video is going to go in. All right, squish. 90 degrees. Squish again. Squish one more time. Oh, Don't squish too hard, people. All right, let's see what you're saying in the chat. Oh, that sounds fun, Nancy. Yeah, I should get out on my Halloween. I don't really start my Halloween jewelry until 10/1, but I could start it sooner. I mean, what's stopping me? Nothing. We have free will, right? All right, so let me find another crimp. If this bracelet doesn't fit, I'm gonna throw a fit. But the good thing is I crimped onto a jump ring, so I can just add a jump ring. Oh, gotta cut that little piece of wire off there. Come on. Yeah, well, Christmas, like some of the craft stores put Christmas out like 4 months ahead of time, so I believe it that they're in Home Depot already. That's crazy to me. Christmas used to be my favorite holiday, but Halloween is now. I just like the decor better. All right, so pull. Oh, pull on the right cord, not the wrong one. Come on, come on. Doesn't this wire know that I want chicken nuggets? Halloween jewelry is fun. If you guys don't know, I have a 13, I think it was 13 Days of Halloween series on the channel somewhere, so you can always watch those. We made some good jewelry that year. All right, let's disappoint ourselves again. This is much better this time. Still a little big, but I'm going with it. I'm not redoing this a second time. All right, we're gonna go ahead and squish. Turn and squish. Squish one more time. So it's dark here now. Not dark, but too dark to take photos. So I will post photos of me wearing this stuff tomorrow, a recap on Facebook and YouTube. So make sure you check those out. Obviously, most of these items, look how pretty that is, are in my bead shop. And I would love to see what you guys make. Please, please, please. I love seeing your hauls when you post what you bought at Turquoise.Street Beads, but I also love seeing what you make with those beads. And I sometimes post them on Facebook, or I'm sorry, sometimes post them on YouTube. Most of the time I want to, but I don't remember. It's still too big, guys. But I'm okay. It's moving around. Look how pretty it is with this other bracelet that I didn't even know was going to work with what I was making today. So love that. This is my new favorite bracelet, and then my new favorite necklace. Isn't she pretty? I'm going to take off my other necklaces before I get the camera on myself and then put this one on. Oh yeah, Nancy, I'm so behind on putting the crimp challenges on the channel. They're the crimped episodes. I'm like a year behind it, I feel like. So eventually, maybe if I ever retire, I can get caught up. That's one of my things, is I'm going to be posting videos. You guys are going to be sick of me if I can retire anytime soon, because you're going to see me all the time. So you better like me. All right, I'm kidding. I'm going to switch to my face. Let me move my light up. All right, sorry, my hair is just a mess today. Here is my bracelet. Super gorgeous. Here is my necklace. Oh, Laura, you're so sweet. You too, Terry K. I love you guys. All right. Put my necklace on. He's so cute. I love him. Very Southwest. If you guys aren't into the wheels, there's turquoise color magnesite beads in the shop in 2 different sizes. This would have been really pretty with the other magnesite beads that are a lower price point. So really cool. I don't know if any of the coyotes are left, but any of those Patricia Healey pendants are going to look great with these beads. So we have like that big hummingbird. That's going to be really pretty. See, look, that would be really pretty with the same beads. Anything. If you're not a coyote girl, go with a bird. Go with an elephant. Go with a shell. Look at the shell. That would be, ooh, that's really pretty too. All right, guys, I am gonna go get my nugs. You guys, yeah, for sure. Thank you so much. Yeah, Angela, that's my goal. Like, put all the good vibes behind me retiring early, so I can just hang out with you guys and make jewelry all day, and sell beads. And like, selling is not my favorite thing. Like, I don't want to really do that. Like, it would just be really great if what was it? Be a big bead digger? I could have a bead daddy. These devolve into crazy spaces every time we hang out. Oh my gosh. Anyway, thanks everybody. I always love hanging out with you. Hopefully we can do more than one live a quarter. I want to try and we've done 2 this month already, so I'm trying. Oh, let's see. Goldie, your friends want to see you. She popped up. Come here, honey. Your friends want to see you. Yeah, she like squints when she's excited. And come here. They want to see. Oh yeah, you so cute. Yeah. You happy? Yeah. You happy mommy's here? Yeah, the little baby. She's very happy mommy's done. Yeah, we just want to hang out and play with beads all day, right? Yeah, she loves being on camera. So when I called her, she like popped up. Yeah, they love you. See, that you can't read, but they're saying hi. Yeah, she doesn't have any teeth. She has like 5 teeth, but all the rest were pulled when we did that in 2023 because she had very bad teeth when I adopted her, and to keep her healthy, we had to take out the rest. So yeah, she's a cutie booty. Yeah, everybody loves you, Goldie. Yeah, we're gonna go hang out on the couch. All right, everybody, see you soon. Tuesday night, Whatnot Live, 5:30 Pacific, 8:30 Eastern. Please come, even if you don't buy anything. I love hanging out with you. So, love ya. See you next time. Have a good weekend. Bye, everybody.